Hey guys, got a real special video for you today. I went back and forth on this one, and we were possibly only going to give this option to our private members, and I decided, nah, that's not fair. This is too good to be true. So, and there's so many people right now in the craps community. So we've got a lot of, you got a lot of people on the craps side on YouTube that are strictly craps players, right? The Hawaiian craps guys, our buddy Gambling with Jimmy, right? He does some great stuff that is mainly craps. He does a little bit of roulette and other things, but he's a great craps player. He makes his living playing craps. So we mentioned him before, Gambling with Jimmy. Great channel. You guys should subscribe and review some of his stuff. And then, of course, you've got, in my opinion, one of the legendary, and I don't use that term that easily, craps system creators, Waylon. I've been playing this game for 30 years, and I read 1,000,000 books. And I can honestly tell you that the things that Waylon shows on Waylon's Way Craps is beyond most of the books and the people that have written craps books in the last 50 years. I honestly believe that. So my hat always goes off to people that do things that are that creative. Waylon is amazing. So what are we doing here? Am I showing you a system today? No. Here's what I'm going to show you. Jimmy, on Gambling with Jimmy, has been doing a lot of systems in the last, I would say, 30 days or so that use hop bets. Waylon has a few things with hop bets, but there's a lot of hop bet based systems you can look on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you, hop bets were not something, even though I played the game forever, that I was really that comfortable with, right? So let's talk about hop bets, and let's explain to people that are new to craps or new to this type of bet what a hop bet is. So a hop bet in craps is a one-roll wager. So whatever money you put on a hop bet, it's either going to win or lose. Okay, so a hop bet. Let's take a look at this for a minute. Let's explain what a hop bet is. So a hop bet is an exact combination of the two dice. So think about it like this. What if you want to hop the 4? How many combinations are there ways to make a 4? There's a 2 and a 2, right? And a 3 and a 1. Right? There's only 2 ways. So those are both individual hop bets. So every way to make a number is an individual hop bet. You can bet both ways. You can bet a 3-1 and a 2-2. That's 2 individual hop bets. Obviously, you could only win one of them because there's only 2 dice, right? So if you imagine this, and you're going to understand this better in a minute, all of these hop bets combinations pay 15 to 1. So the math is real easy. They pay 15 to 1 when you win. Now, you can also hop hard ways. So you know what a hard way is, right? A hard way is a 2-2, a 3-3, a 4-4, and a 5-5. That's a single way to make those numbers, right? Hopping the hard ways. And when you hop the hard ways, they pay 30 to 1. 30 to 1, right? But we're mainly interested in hopping without the hard ways, right? The 15 to 1 bets for the moment. So now everybody understands if you put $1 on a 1-3, which is I'm hopping the 4 with a 1-3, it's going to pay 15 to 1, right? Okay. And it's going to be out there for 1 bet, and that's it. You win or you lose. Now, what Jimmy's been showing on his channel, which intrigued me and got me going down this path a little bit more than I ever did with the hop bets, is that he's grouping hop bets. And you can watch those videos. I think he calls them Ninja 6, Ninja this, Ninja that, whatever it is. You'll see them. They're over the last 3 weeks mainly on his channel, right? So he's grouping hop bets, and he's winning one of them, hopefully, or he's losing all of them, right? But you have to understand the math. So what we did was we went to a PhD guy that's also part of the gambling community, right? A long-time guy. And we paid him to build us this. It's an Excel spreadsheet, okay? And it's programmed. It's very easy to use. I'm going to show you how to use this for people that are going to look at this and go, oh my God, that looks complicated. No, we're not major computer guys here. We know major computer guys. So here's how we use this. It's so simple. You open this up and you put an X next to any of the hop bets you want to include in the group for the next run of 1,000 that we're going to simulate, right? So for argument's sake, let's take these out. Just for argument's sake, let's just remove all of these. And now let's say you wanted to see what happened if you hopped all the 7s. And I'm only doing this to show you an example of how the sheet works, right? So there's, see that, right? So we're hopping a 1-6, a 2-5, and a 3-4. Oh, and by the way, the 3-4 is a 4-3 and a 3-4. It doesn't matter, obviously, right? You guys got that, right? The 2 dice, it's a 3-4. It doesn't, there's no, there's 2 dice. So there you go. So there's 6 ways to make a 7. Right? A 1-6, a 6-1, whatever. We're getting all of those. You understand? There's 3 hops here. Right? There's 6 combinations of dice to make a 7. We're getting them all by betting, by putting these 3. So I put X's here, right? So now watch what happens. I have to hit, on my computer there's an F9, an FN on the bottom, and on the top there's an F9 function key. Some of you will just be able to hit an F9. Okay. So this, what it just did, it ran 1,000 rolls, consecutive rolls. That's what you're looking at here, is the data. You can keep scrolling. And you can look at this data individually. And you can see the ones that you picked, right? Here's the ones that you picked, because they're the only ones that have data. Everything else is zeros, right? So you can see you lost, you lost, you lost. Oh, you won, right? Because you're winning 15 to 1. Right? Okay. So this is only these 3, these 3 hops, right? 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. That's all we put in this combination. And then we're going to get the stats here, right? That the biggest gap of results, consecutive results, without seeing one of those was 24. Right? It was 24, right? Now, let's run it again. This is how easy it is to run 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's why we bought this. That's why we had to create it. Okay, again, it came out the same way. The maximum gap was 24. This run of 1,000, the maximum gap was 20. All right? So now, let's try something different. And this is the beauty of creating things like this, because that's why we did this. We didn't do it to just check out one way. Do you understand the power of being able to evaluate thousands and thousands of rolls in minutes by combining any of the groups that you want of the hops? So let's go ahead and do this. Let's just throw it out there. Let's do a 5, the 2 ways to make a 5. Let's do a 9, right? And let's do an 8. Okay? So look at how many hops we're betting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. 7 bets. 7 bets. Okay? So there we go. There's our first one. So the maximum in this 1,000 run, this individual 1,000 run, the maximum gap was 12 between a single win. You understand? Okay. Let's run it again. Let's run another 1,000. We hit the button, and this time it's 14. The next run of 1,000 is 14. The next run of 1,000 is 11. So, and there's 12. One more. 12. Okay. So you can run any combination of these, and you say, okay, so now what? So what this does is it gives us the ability to do things like this. Let me see if I still have it up. No, I don't have it up. I can't show you that, unfortunately. But it gives us the ability to now do thousands of runs to be able to get an average, right, for a data set of, like, let's say for this one, let's say the average. Let's say we did 40,000, which is 40 runs of this, right, hitting the button. And we found out that our maximum gap between wins was 9, okay? Whatever. The combination of whatever we wanted to do, right, was 9. We now have the secret sauce to be able to evaluate a couple of different things. What type of money management produces how many units and has to survive a maximum on average of 12 losses, right? Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? You need to know the average so you can build your money management around it. So instead of guessing because you tried it a few times at the casino, or you went onto your simulator and spent hours just to get 150 results, 200 results, we can now do thousands of results, as many as you want to hit the button. All right? So that's the power of this hops, listen to me, of this hop calculator, so to speak, or simulator. And you can run anything you want in here. Let's say you only want to do the 6 and the 8, right? The hops in the 6 and the 8. Well, you can do that, right? You can do that. Let's say you want to, only do the 7 hops or the 7s and the 8s. You can do that and run it as many times as you want to see. The benefit of this knowledge, and remember, this is not putting any money progression on this. This is pure data of just flat betting. Because you want this data, right? Let's run it again. Okay, this time it's 11. And let's say we run it 40 times and the average is, the worst case scenario is 11. On average, we're going to average the gaps for 40 runs, let's say, or 50 runs or 100 runs. So now we know we have a great data set. And now we can take that and evaluate multiple different ways of creating the actual math structure for the bets. So if you want this tool, right? You want this tool, you can get this tool from us. Because I decided, we paid money for this, obviously, to get this developed. And we were only going to release this and give the option of, putting in a little bit of money to help us pay for this tool to our members. Then we said, well, wait a minute. There's so many people that, watch Jimmy's channel or Waylon's channel and other channels, right, that have to do with craps, why don't we make this available to everybody? Okay, why not make it available to everybody? So what you can do is I will put the email address in the description of this video, and just let me know that you want to purchase this, and I'll send you the PayPal instructions. It's really easy. And or I'll send you an invoice if you want me to do it that way, so you can pay with a credit card or something else. If you don't have PayPal, you can still pay a PayPal invoice with a credit card or whatever it may be. Whatever it is you want to do, I don't care. And I'm not trying to make money on this either, by the way. The only reason we're doing this is because I thought it was the right thing to do, and it would pay for the development cost. So I'm going to keep this really idiot-proof. Anybody who wants this spreadsheet, this Excel spreadsheet with the functionality, you can buy it for what did we say? $17.95, right? $17.95, and you can have fun playing with this all day and night. Okay, $17.95. That's it. We're not looking to make any money. We're just looking to make the money back that we put into it, and kind of introduce you guys, if you're not already in CruiseCasinoMafia.com, to our thought process. And this kind of opens the door for you to see how we evaluate things and where our mindset is, and that we're not just looking to quote unquote martingale the hell out of something. So that's the story. And if you like playing with it and then you want to join, you can join CruiseCasinoMafia.com. We have a lifetime membership. You can use the promo code MAFIA and the number 50. And then you can get the benefit of seeing some of the stuff we're doing with the analysis using this sheet. And I'll show you how the breakdown happens for some of the systems that we actually are creating using this data, and what money management we're potentially using. So go ahead if you want to join. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Nah, we'll keep it the way it is. Let's keep it simple. Let's not make it complicated. It's $17.95 for anybody that wants it, and that's the story. So anybody that wants this, anybody within CruiseCasinoMafia.com or outside of CruiseCasinoMafia.com, that's not a private member, it's $17.95 for this. And again, we're only doing that to make back the money of the cost we put into developing this. So that's the story, guys. Have fun. Check the description for the email if you want it. Let us know. And if you want, I guess I'll try to share it with Jimmy. Maybe he'll let his people know, or I'll put it in some of the comments over there. And spread the word. If you guys want it, it's yours. Have a great day. Remember, guys, testing is everything, no matter what you do. And it's a shame we can't get more of these sheets for some of the other things. There are certain types of systems that are too complicated to be able to program like this, and we have to do them by hand and manually test, which is really frustrating and time consuming. But boy, when we can do stuff like this, oh, it makes life so much easier. It's amazing. So have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Have fun. Bye-bye.